Now, listen, you guys, the Sun is coming through with some exclusive tea on the Transformer and her multiple mentions, okay? Despite her coming through and saying that it is all heresy. And we're also going to be talking about Big Sean and Nicki Minaj and people alleging that, well, the man was being shady towards Nicki Minaj. And at the same time, Chrisean Rock, oh my goodness, the sentence is insane. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So first of all, let us talk about the Sun and the Transformer. Now, a couple of days ago, it came out in a blind item that the Transformer was getting rid of one of the mansions, and obviously, speculation started and people started saying that, well, does it mean that she's getting broke and things like that. And then to that, she responded by coming on X Spaces, and she went on an entire rant, telling us that, oh my God, we wish. And she basically gave us an entire budget breakdown of a household in the quest to try and say that, well, we don't know what we're talking about. We even got to know how much a chandelier costs and, how much a jewelry, her fees, a lot of things. We got to know all of that, okay? And all this was being done to say that nothing is happening with her mansion. But the Sun is out here with a different perspective to the entire situation with tea on the supposed mansion, okay? Now, this is what the article from the Sun says. It says Cardi B has to pay $3 million in the next 2 months to secure the mortgage on her luxury Atlanta mansion. The US Sun can exclusively reveal, okay? And they also go ahead to say that public documents show that they have taken out huge mortgages on their Atlanta and New Jersey properties worth $11 million in the past 5 years. And one of the loans for $3 million was only approved in October last year. But the very short-term mortgage was just for 1 year, and the debt has to be repaid by October 4, 2024 in just over 2 months, okay? So it was a short-term loan, and it has to be repaid, and the due date is this October, and now they are in the midst of a divorce, so yeah, I could get how tricky that could become, okay? And they also say that although Cardi's real name, Belcalis, claims that the ped is now worth $7 million, Zillow estimates that the value is at $6.5 million. So there you have that. Now, this is where it gets interesting for me, okay? So you can clearly tell that she is in debt, which is something that's, that's natural. It's normal for people to be in debt. But then do you guys remember Ken Barbie came out here trying to shame Nicki Minaj for getting funding for a tour? This is where it gets really tricky for me. Like, where are we with this financial literacy thing? So in other words, they are okay with their friend, Ken Barbie, obviously, taking multiple mortgages to fund these mansions. But they are not okay. They draw the line when it comes to somebody taking funding for a tour. That's where they don't understand. All of a sudden they become financially illiterate. They're like, oh my God, a celebrity is never supposed to be in any debt of any sort, because how dare you? How can you take funding to fund your tour? Okay, it means that you're working to pay off that funding. So it doesn't make any sense. You're not making a dime from it because you got funding. Does it make any sense to you guys? And this is the part where I just don't take these people seriously. Your friend is out there with $11 million worth mortgages to put towards real estate that is not for commercial use. And somehow you are so convinced that, well, it's unheard of, it's unseen for somebody to take funding for a tour. Like, this is why I don't take these people seriously in their camp, honestly. Because anybody who knows anything about tours, they know that it's very rare for somebody to self-fund their own tour, okay? A lot of artists do get funding, okay, in order to go on tour. That's just normal. Do you understand? A lot of tours are hardly funded by a person's equity. It's not a thing, okay? So, if This is the part where I don't understand, okay? But meanwhile, your friend is sitting on an $11 million, mortgage. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, Ken Barbie. But then again, I wouldn't expect them to know anything about touring, given their friend has never actually gone on tour and is out there bragging about the gross amounts that she gets for tours, not the actual net that she goes home with. So it's kind of expected as well if we're gonna look into that. And the Sun went on to give an entire breakdown of their dates and things like that. And yeah, it's pretty interesting, you guys. So let me know in the comment section what you think about that. And the next thing that we're going to be talking about, we are going to talk about the Transformer hopping into the comment section to defend a husband. And this came after people had said that, well, according to the divorce proceedings and papers, well, the husband is not being helpful and things like that. And she quickly jumped in and said, okay, this is getting weird because I can say he helps me a lot in my business and the kids. Never in my career, no matter what I went through, I had friends or family go to the media. So I don't know who is this source going to People magazine. Even with my filing, I'm not asking for child support. My claim is for him to only pay for the bills he already pays on the kids and the new one. Okay. So yeah, you see what I told you, that the other source that was telling Page 6, she was the source. Okay. She was the inside source because she's out there saying there's never any other friend or family that has gone to the media. Okay. And so yeah, let me know what you think about this. Are you beginning to believe that this divorce is real, or do you think that it's still a PR stand? Now, personally, I think the divorce could be real, but it was strategically made public at a time when she needs it for the rollout. That's what I think. It could actually go through the divorce, but at the end of the day, I do feel like it's strategically right at the time where she's about to start, this rollout. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, if you remember, I also reported that Nicki Minaj and Big Sean's song actually went 5 times platinum, the remix. It seems like Big Sean came through with some words about that remix, and some people are convinced that, well, that was Big Sean being shady. So, he responded and said, when I hit the label, they said the OG version is 5 times by itself and the Nicki version is even more. I don't know though, she did blow the song up way more though, and I'm forever grateful. Okay, some people really started interpreting this as Big Sean being shady to Nicki Minaj when he said that, well, the OG version did well by itself, 5 times by itself. People felt like, well, he was saying that Nicki Minaj really did not contribute to the song blowing up. Okay, this is how some people decided to interpret it. But personally, contrary to what they are saying, I feel like he was saying that this one should have done way more, because they are saying that, well, it's 5 times platinum. But he's saying if the OG version is 5 times platinum, then this one definitely has to be more. This is the point that is trying to put across, to say that, in other words, is actually appreciating the impact and influence that Nicki Minaj has by saying it's not realistic for the remix to have, the same amount with the original song. That's how I personally interpreted it. But, well, some people are very convinced that it was being messy. So you guys, let me know in the comment section. Do you think that this is Big Sean being messy? Or do you think that maybe there's something that was lost in between punctuation, interpretation, and I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Now, still speaking about Big Sean, he is facing a lot of backlash because, well, he sat down for an interview with Charlamagne the God, and he was asked about marriage. Okay, now you do know that these things are very, very, sensitive. Charlamagne was like, okay, why have you not married your long-term girlfriend Jhene, Aiko? And he said that he thinks that marriage is such a huge commitment. And let me quote what he said. He said, to me, marriage symbolizes the best relationship I would like to, and I don't like putting our personal business out there like that either, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And all hell broke loose. You know how people feel like if you're saying that you're not ready for marriage, but you're ready to procreate, okay? Because the two have actually procreated together. You know what? Each time I use the word procreate, I feel like Like I'm doing something silly, but you get what I'm saying. So people are like, you think that you're not fit enough to be married, but you're fit enough to have a child, to bring a soul into this world. It doesn't make sense and things like that. And personally, I do agree with what those people are saying. I just don't understand why it would be okay to bring a human being into the world when you feel like it's not okay to be with each other, marriage wise, if a child comes in and they're unplanned, I understand that. But if you're intentionally planning to have a child, but intentionally planning to stay not married because you think that there's a lot of work that you need to do as a couple, I do not understand that dynamic. But then again, that's my opinion. Each person is entitled to theirs. So if they like it, we absolutely love it, okay? But I would like to know what you guys think in the comment section about that. Nobody is bashing anyone. If that's your decision, please enlighten us on why you think that's the best thing to do. Please let us know in the comment section, and let's just keep that respectful, because I know that this is a very sensitive issue to a lot of people. If you are Rihanna, I understand. You're probably securing your assets. If you're Rihanna and you say that you don't want to get married, it would make sense. But if you're broke like me and the man has got more money than me, I am sorry. You are marrying me and we're sharing that money when we divorce, if we divorce. Just joking. I'm telling you right now, you guys, the only time you're ever going to hear me agreeing to have a baby out of wedlock, it means that I'm getting a baby by a bum, and I know that I have more income than that bum. But otherwise, I'm getting married.
Y'all from getting married? Oh, y'all already did one of those secret industry weddings?
No. There has not been a secret industry marriage. I think that it's a little personal, you know what I mean? But just like, to be real with you, just like any people who have dealt with love, we've had our ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's still finding the right navigation through it all. I don't know if to me, marriage symbolizes like the best relationship. People be like, oh, you got to get married. To me, I feel like having a relationship is first and foremost, and like marriage is a byproduct of that. And I feel like a lot of people get the idea of like, oh, you have to get married, but then it's like, to me, that's almost a fear-based way of thinking too, because then people be getting divorced. The divorce rate's so fucking high, and I am someone who, I'm not like discounting anything, and I'm not saying that we aren't gonna get married, but what I'm saying is that it's just, I would like to do a lot. I would like to, and I don't like putting our personal business out there like that either, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done, I feel like, in general.
Well, take it from somebody who's been with their woman for 26 years, right? It's always going to be ups and downs.
Period.
The work's never going to stop.
Yeah.
Especially raising
26
kids.
years?
Been with her 26 years. Got married in 2014.
Oh,
so
shit.
you're married for 10.
Wow.
So it's going to always be ups and downs.
So what took you 16 years to get married?
I don't know.
Exactly. It's kind of like a hard
I really
thing,
don't know. I really, truly, honestly don't know. In my mind, I felt like I wasn't where I needed to be, right? But I did know this is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. So my mentality is, hey, I already know it's going to be, no relationship is going to be perfect all the time. So if you're thinking that you got to wait for this fairy tale magical awakening where everything's going to be all good all the time, it's just like, no, that's not the way life is.
No. I don't think it's that. I think that it's just seeing so many different, the thing about Jhene is that we have so many relationships. It's like being peers, being in a group together, parents, romantic, all that, it's like, it's a crazy connection, because no matter what, we're always going to be tied together, no matter what. So I think that doesn't discount that, like, she and me both have to be on the same page. Not to say we aren't, but I feel like I can only speak for myself. that there needs to be like more work done so we could keep going, because there's a lot of focus on our family, there's a lot of focus on careers and everything, and that is something that I feel like has not been the main focus.
So y'all not necessarily together now, y'all just figuring it out.
Oh, look at you, Charlotte.
I'm just asking a question.
No, I'm not saying that either. That's, what I'm saying is that it's not perfect and that it needs to be work done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad we're having this convo though, because I was happy.
The next thing that we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about Chrisean Rock. Said news that's actually coming through. You do know that since that time that she was taken away, we hardly had any actual updates on, on her issue. So it's being reported that Chrisean Rock is facing 8 years in prison on 2 different charges, according to the court documents that just got released. And this is just so sad, you guys, because 8 years are no joke, okay? That's not a joke. 8 years, that's a lot of years. And for somebody her age, I'm like, that's losing out on 8 years of your life. For what exactly? And this makes me sad. I understand that, people come out here and say that, oh my God, she brought this upon herself. She indeed brought this upon herself, but that does not mean that it's not sad. Okay, 2 things can be true at the same time. It seems like on this channel, we need to remind each other that a lot. That just because, somebody did wrong doesn't mean that, well, their sentence ceases to be sad. It's still sad to see such a young, woman throwing away 8 years of her life like that. And a lot of the things that she's out there doing were motivated by internet hype. Okay, she just did not know how to draw the line between the internet and real life, especially with the last incident with Tamar Braxton's assistant. That was just not necessary. Like, you see, it was the internet hype that got to her head and she didn't know how to act. It's very sad. But anyway, let me know, you guys, in the comment section, what you think about that. Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Princess Diana by Spice and Nicki Minaj. Now, it is actually being reported that the song is now eligible for double platinum. In the US. So yeah, congratulations to Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj. I guess this is the part where you get to shout out, thank you, Nicki. All right, because yeah, she has done a lot for you. I hope she now wakes up and realizes that you don't give legends opportunities. You don't give icons opportunities. And icons are never, ever jealous of you. The next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Foxy Brown. It seems like Foxy is tired of people, photoshopping her images and things like that, and photos that don't exist about her. She decided to take to her Instagram to basically say, listen, you guys, this is not how I look. She said, unbelievable. Ninjas inventing pics of the king now, huh? I understand y'all miss me, but come on, son. Picture me in that chain and I don't do side parts. And then she also said, please specify when y'all posting AI pics, so fans don't mistake that for me dropping new pics in them feeds. All right, so why are you guys doing that? Why are you guys out there photoshopping our icons and making AI images of their icons? I mean, but I do understand them. Do you know the struggle that I have to go through if I want to make a thumbnail of Foxy Brown? Like, I literally have to go in there, try and look for an image that's closer to the images that we're now taking nowadays, and I have to try and make it HD and things like that. Yeah, so I understand those ones that decided to come out with AI images. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, Jetavious man Uzi. Okay, Uzi is out there making it known that he's not open for business. He's closed for business. Okay, a couple of TikTokers actually approached him, and they were trying to pass on a number, and he was like, "Listen, I've got to go." Okay, a long time ago, and I loved that. I loved to see him in that element, and I was like, he said, "No, this time I'm not catching no iPhones." Okay, because Jetavia does not play. I love to see their little relationship, and I also love how they keep it, off the internet. Like, we know that they're together, but it's not like they're posting each other every 2 seconds, okay? Because that way, then people will end up confusing their own personal careers with, their actual relationship. I love that JT does not use a relationship with Uzi for PR. I love that. I really do love that. So let me know in the comment section, you guys, did you see that cute little video? And if you did, what did you think about it? I thought it was cute, you guys. And the last thing that we're going to be talking about, Kanye West. It seems like Kanye and Ty Dolla's album Vouchers is actually going to be the biggest debut next week, despite it being released a week later after Trekking Week. It seems like it's still going to be the biggest debut. Okay, now congratulations to Kanye West in advance and for that. So let me know, have you listened to the album, you guys? And if you have, which one is your favorite? Unfortunately, I've not been able to listen to the album, but I'm sure today is a Sunday. I've got less to do, and it means I will sit down and listen to the album track by track. That being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. I post each and every single day, thrice a day sometimes, and I keep you updated on what's happening in the celebrity world on Instagram, on Twitter, and about all things trending. Until my next one, see you.
A question for Instagram. I'm not trying to scare you or nothing. What's good? I'm just scare you.
Yeah, we got it to the light 10 green.
What do you think about New York fashion overall, in the state of New York fashion, where it's at right now?
New York fashion is, if you really look at New York fashion is, what was that?
Her number.
I got a girlfriend, a real one. Like,
Yeah, he's dating with JT right now.
I can't do that. I think that you forever.
Ah, shit. A question for Instagram. I'm not trying to scare you or nothing. What's good?
I'm just scare you. Yeah, we got it to the light 10 green.
What do you think about New York fashion overall, in the state of New York fashion, where it's at right now?
New York fashion is, if you really look at New York fashion is, what was that?
Her number.
I got a girlfriend, a real one. Like,
Yeah, he's dating with JT right now.
I can't do that. I think that you forever.
Ah, shit.